Hey guys, it's Bro You Whack. So we're a couple of days from January ending, which means two things. The first thing is that my birthday's on January 31st. Yeah, I didn't think anybody cared. But the second thing is that we're 2 months away from Overwatch 2 coming out. Yeah, that's weird to say, ain't it? Now, of course, that's not me speculating or being unhopium. I hope not. I hope I'm not getting lied to. No, that's literally people that work with the Overwatch League saying that the Overwatch League is going to be playing on an early build when the next season starts, which is in April of 2022. So it's weird to think that the quote-unquote release of Overwatch 2 is technically only 2 months away, but it's starting to become more and more real once you're starting to see the writing on the wall when it comes to the future of Overwatch 1, and most notably with the Lunar New Year event. See, there was only 2 legendary skins with the Year of the Tiger event, kind of hinting at the idea that most of the people that would be working on the events probably are working on Overwatch 2, and that's where most of their manpower went. So that's kind of hinting at the idea that Overwatch 1 is on its way out. And that's what I wanted to talk about in today's video, was to talk about the future of Overwatch 1, not talk about Overwatch 2, because while a lot of people will point and laugh and honestly kind of shed a tear at the lack of content that we got in the year 2021 for Overwatch, I think it's gonna be a lot worse, at least at the beginning of 2022 when it comes to content for Overwatch 1. And that's why I want to make this video, because I feel like it's important to have this conversation so that when the Archives event comes around and the anniversary comes around and whenever there's no skin challenges for possibly the rest of the time until Overwatch 2 comes out, there's not gonna be a lot of people surprised and crying at their computer screens wondering, oh my god, why isn't there content for Overwatch 1? Now, ideally, I like the Overwatch team to wipe away our tears and tell us their plans for the rest of Overwatch 1's lifespan, but I mean, we've seen them in the past year and a half. They don't really talk about their plans for Overwatch 1 and Overwatch 2. But the first thing that I wanted to talk about when it came to the expectations for the rest of Overwatch 1's lifespan is that we're probably not going to be getting any new content, and that includes skins. See, that was always something that we always look forward to when it comes to Overwatch events. While we won't be getting new heroes or new maps that aren't FFA maps, the idea of getting legendary skins for more than likely the Archives event and quite possibly the Anniversary event seems more and more likely when you just think about the time span that we have left for the rest of 2022, even though it's just began. I really wouldn't be surprised if, say, the Archives event comes around in, say, March and April, which is typically when the Archives event does drop, if it doesn't have anything. Like, no new skins, no new highlight intros, no new sprays even. Like, maybe I would legit be so surprised if we got one legendary skin from the Archives event. And that's mainly due to the fact, well, one, like I mentioned before, how a lot of the people that design skins are probably designing skins for Overwatch 2 and possibly future events, but also because the main, like, content that we get from the Archives event is lore-based. And that's what Overwatch 2 is all about. Like, that's the whole premise of the game, is that it's supposed to tell the story of Overwatch. So I don't see the Overwatch team pouring a lot of effort in the Archives event, which is just a miniature version of what Overwatch 2 really is, when they could just, well, put it all into Overwatch 2. But in replacement of the Archives event, we could possibly partake in like a PvE beta where we're able to play, like, say, a mission from the Overwatch 2 campaign. Maybe the mission that we all got to play at BlizzCon 2019. You guys all got to play that, right? Oh, you didn't get to play a mission that was playable 2 years ago? Why haven't they released it for the Archives event? But no matter what happens, I mean, the Overwatch League starts in April, and they're gonna be playing on the Overwatch 2 build. Now, again, whatever that means, I don't know if the public is gonna get access. I don't know if they're gonna be playing like a beta build where we're also gonna be able to play a beta during that time period, but it would make sense when it comes to a marketing standpoint. But I can definitely see a lot more promotional pieces taking over what we've already known in Overwatch 1. The Archives event, possibly the Anniversary event, but also just random skin challenges. Skin challenges was always a little fun surprise, something that nobody really expected because they would always just randomly pop up, the latest one being Cole Cassidy in celebration of his new comic book series. But I mean, that skin was just straight up booty water. Nobody really liked that skin, and also it was during one of the worst times that you can ever release a Cole Cassidy skin. But I think skin challenges are going to be put on the back burner for possibly other events that could partake in either Overwatch 2 or just something. I mean, the Overwatch's team's plan is to release more skins than any other commercial year, and I don't see that plan working out very well if they just release a whole bunch of skins with the current format of Overwatch events, because, well, I mean, Overwatch events isn't bringing people back to play the game like how it used to. The Overwatch team really needs something to draw people back in. And the secret to draw people back in while also being able to pay off all these artists that are making, quote unquote, all these kinds of skins that are gonna outweigh the skins that we saw in 2016 is releasing Overwatch 2 and possibly even new events. I'm talking about Valentine's Day, I'm talking about Easter, I'm talking about Earth Day, I'm talking about 4th of July, all these admittedly American holidays. I don't know a lot of holidays around the world, but still different holidays that could easily celebrate events. Like, you know, those are exciting things for new and old school veteran players that are also coming back to play Overwatch 2, baby. But enough about like cosmetic items and skins. I'm sorry if I talk about that a lot. It's just because that's the only kind of content that we get on like a monthly basis, because even balancing the game takes a couple of months. So when it comes to the rest of Overwatch's one lifespan, I really don't see a lot of drastic changes happening to any kind of hero. And why would they? I mean, I think we're at a good spot when it comes to the Overwatch meta. I know lots of people say, oh, Genji's broken or Bastion's overpowered. It's like everybody has an issue with every single hero, but there's not like one glaring issue like Brigitte back in GOATS or Bastion during the pirate ship comp. And maybe Baptiste because immortality is freaking stupid, but I feel like a lot of changes or balances have already like happened when Overwatch 2 releases, that when it comes to balancing heroes in Overwatch 1, well, why would they? Why would they delete Baptiste's immortality field when it comes to Overwatch 1 when they can just save it for Overwatch 2 release and like, hey, look at all these changes. Baptiste got nerfed and Mercy got buffed and now Bastion can fly. Bastion can't fly, actually. He's already gotten a rework confirmed, but the point that I'm trying to make here is that I don't see any realistic changes coming into Overwatch that are major reworks, because that would just be safe for Overwatch 2. But what I can see happening is a lot more stupid changes coming onto the experimental card. Recently, we just had the experimental card take place with a lot of the Overwatch content creators making the changes, basically doing Blizzard's job and providing really dumb, outrageous changes to Overwatch heroes, and that was a huge success. One, because I feel like a majority of players understood that this was all just for fun, but there was also some changes in there that might have seemed stupid, but actually made the hero very viable. Like Reaper is a hero that comes to mind because of the experimental card changes. So while it's all just speculation, the experimental card is honestly the perfect thing to update, because while yes, it's not major like additions like adding a new hero or a real map, it is something that could give the Overwatch game a new feel. I mean, if you played the experimental card with all those content creator changes, it felt like a different Overwatch experience, but it still felt fun. Like, it felt fun to fly as Genji and to actually play Reaper where he's not dying every single minute. And I think that's what Overwatch 1 needs for its going away party, is for the current Overwatch community to celebrate its final months by coming together and playing these stupid changes that will only probably have fun with the current Overwatch community and save all the major stuff like brand new skins and brand new events and everything that the current Overwatch community would love right now, but that everybody that's a fan of Overwatch would love when Overwatch 2 comes out, because I think that'll also just help the lifespan of Overwatch 2. Because just think of it, Overwatch 2 is going to have new heroes, new maps, new game modes, new PvE, and just think if they were to have new events and new skins on top of new classic design skins, just think of it like 2016 Overwatch. Like, that's exactly what it was back then, a brand new experience, but then brand new content. I think that's what Overwatch 1 needs, is to sacrifice now for Overwatch's 2 future. And I honestly see that happening. No new content and events, no new balance changes, no new anything really. Like, Overwatch is just probably gonna lay dormant for a couple of months, and then Overwatch 2 is gonna have this big grand reveal where us as the Overwatch community, yeah, we had to wait a very long time, like years, for actual new content, but at least right now, wait a couple months for literally no literally no content, no skin challenges, no updates, like nothing until Overwatch 2 comes out. But again, it's just all speculation and guesses. I mean, do I want there to be no content for the next couple of months? Definitely not, but I mean, I could definitely see that happening if it means that Overwatch 2 is gonna have the greatest release party of all time, and it was all due to Overwatch 1 kind of sacrificing itself in its last couple months, and I guess for the last couple of years. And while the future for Overwatch 1 looks really dark, the future for Overwatch 2 is really bright, and it's almost here. And with Xbox purchasing Activision and Blizzard, which includes Overwatch and Overwatch 2, I really do think that's gonna have probably the brightest future out of any video game on the current market right now. but we'll just have to see. Again, I'm not trying to like give you like false hope and say, oh, you need to be excited because, well, no, that's why I made this video, was to just turn down your hope and make it the opposite. Like, here's the reality, here's what you can probably expect, and there to really be nothing. I mean, who knows? We could have a great archives event, but maybe it's due to the fact that maybe it feeds into Overwatch 2. I don't know. Like, I don't know what could happen. We'll just have to see. But I saw the lunar event, saw the 2 skins, and I can see that definitely happening for future Overwatch events due to the fact that, well, Overwatch 2 is right around the corner. But anyway, guys, I love you guys. Thank you guys for watching. More Overwatch videos to come, and bye.